we made it.
Yes.
Hello there. All right.
What is it we used to say long ago? Far out, man. Maybe not you. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. maybe not.
Maybe I might have said it once or twice.
Back
in the day, but
just a few.
But that was then. This is now, and here we are.
Here we are, indeed. Wow. We're in person for once instead of just through the interwebs. So this is a.
Usually, I'm just finding you and saying hello on my little keypad or something. Yeah.
Right.
And now, here we are.
Now we're actually here. This is great. So we're trying to share this out to the Florida pages. So I posted this on the Friends of the Florida Fair. But if you have a Florida page or somebody you want to tag, go ahead and do that now, because this is a bit of a special event. This is gonna take the place of my 8 p.m. stream. We're gonna be kind of rolling on through that. So we've got Chenna here. We got a bunch of the snack guilds back in tow. We got Joe. We got Peter. We got Erica's in here. We got Lynn. Welcome. Sean from Ohio is here. That's the Sean Nos. So you're not gonna be able to. You gotta poke it. Yeah, you see that on the left? That's where. Yeah, those are the comments right there.
Oh, right there. Oh,
yeah, but they only show up like when you poke it, so it's really kind of a little bit
poke it.
Obnoxious.
All right.
But yeah. But they're there. And then you can see kind of the text that is currently on top of your body. Which maybe I should get rid of. Maybe I should get rid of that. We're gonna pull the chat from the top. See? There we go. Now we can see all of your lovely so we're
okay.
Lovely shirt there. Excellent. We got some folks in here. So we're gonna be making some pretty cool sounds. Jay and I have what is it called when species evolve completely the same thing, completely independent of each other, like divergent evolution.
Yes, we both did divergent evolution with developing. When I got this electric harp, and then I started doing pedals, and we were talking one day, and you were saying, "Oh, I've got," and we had one of the same pedals.
Right. Yeah. And now we've got all of our pedals together in one spot. So the pedal cam will only have my pedals on it, but if we do this another time, maybe I'll have all of my.
My pedals are a closely guarded secret.
Oh.
Not really, but maybe a little bit. No, they're not.
They're a harp special. We've got Seawolf is here. Mary Beth is here. Everybody is kind of in the program, so we can go ahead.
My friend Star is here, and Erica Lieberman.
Oh, very good. Oh, is that?
Erica and I had many long discussions. She's a harp player from New York, plays at many of the festivals up our way, up in the north and part of the world. And we had many long discussions when I was considering buying this electric harp, and all. She didn't try to dissuade me. She actually encouraged because she knew of this harp. This is a Delta harp by the Salvi Company from Italy, and it's a really wonderful instrument, fully electric, and really just left to its own devices, plugged in, sounds like a harp, but you have the option to plug in different pedals and get different effects, and it really works well for a lot of the things I'd like to do outside of early music.
Oh.
Ambient music, new age music. I play harp at yoga classes sometimes, or I do meditations with harp music, both online and in person. And then a lot of the gigs we play, I'd like to add a little schmaltz sometimes, or whatever. But,
a little bit of something extra there. That's great.
Yes.
That's great.
But also a welcome addition to early music as well. We had a discussion this weekend, you and I, about the evolution of the performers of early music, and I think we were talking about conservation and preservation of early music. Mm-hmm. And I do have to say, for the record, I'm very into preserving early music and playing early music with instruments from the time of reproductions. I have many instruments, period harps, viola da gamba, rebec, baroque guitar, which I love to do. But I also like to add some newer nuances into that music as well.
And maybe we'll get to hear an early music tune here pretty soon to get us going with something that we're familiar with, mayhap. All right, let's so I'm gonna need who's on Twitch. Do we have, is Carlos back in again? I'm gonna need some feedback immediately on the volume levels here. If I can get somebody over there.
Oh, that's that setting I was telling you about. When you have it in the middle setting, you can set it to a 2 second delay
Like
after you let your foot off it. But
Oh my
it's just when you have your foot on it, it'll hold out like. Or I could have picked a better chord to play.
Yeah.
But then you just let it go. Right? So we were playing one of the Cantigas de Santa Maria, Cantiga number 353 from 13th century Spain, a bit differently than we
would normally attempt it. Like,
even,
yeah.
yes.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I really like the fact that you were able to like change the chording behind it with that. That's delightful. Goodness gracious. Okay, let me double check something here. Why don't you tell them a little bit more about this harp? So you said that a friend of yours told you about it, and what?
Well, I've been researching, looking at different types of electric harps for quite a few years, thinking that one day I would get one. And this particular model, the Delta by Salvi, comes from Italy, and I think there's about a 1 year or perhaps more wait for them. They make them in. This is a wood model. They also are making them in carbon fiber now as well. And I was thinking this was pretty cool, and I probably wanted one, but I was not sure that I was going to find one. But a gentleman in Canada had bought one a couple of years ago and was just not using it for whatever reason, and that became available. So I bought it from him. He shipped it down to me, and it's been no turning back since then. It's just been an amazing instrument, a little bit of a departure as far as what I'm used to with acoustic harps. I've always kind of thought I'm a purist and I like the acoustic instruments, but then I just started seeing the advantages of this, and the thing is, in applications we're playing outside, you know what it's like. I mean, but you have a louder instrument that cuts through a lot of mustard and other things, dust, but even that, sometimes there's stuff that gets in the way. There's a lot of sonic things that happen at various venues that we play at, Renaissance fairs and other things. But for me, with the harp, a very quiet instrument, this year it's finally nice to be able to just say, well, I can reach down here and turn it up a little bit, and there it is.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a nice thing.
It has been delightful to have you. So we share a stage at the Florida Renaissance Festival. We perform on the same stage, the Fife and Fiddle stage, which is currently behind the Mermaid, near the center of the fair, if you wish to find it. And yes, it's been a delight to be able to hear the harp so clearly over anything else that may or may not be
cannon fire,
occurring. Yeah.
Bagpipes, drums, dragons.
The usual, right?
Yes, the usual things.
The usual,
yes,
right?
It's all good.
These are our things. Excellent. Aw. Yes. Oh, Patrick says that their 10-year-old son got to try out Abby's dulcimer at the Ohio Festival last year.
Oh, yes.
So with y'all. Super.
Nice.
All right. Sonic things like noisy bagpipers. Yes, Sean. That's right. That's right. Alrighty. Okay. Well, shall we try something else? What else? What do you got in mind? I'm
Sure.
willing to follow you around here, man. Like I'm digging what you've got.
All right, let me...
I'm impressed with the variety of stuff going on over here.
I think we'll go to the key of G major.
Okay.
And
how is the balance, Madam Abby? Please, how is the balance?
It's good.
Yeah? Because I tweaked it a tad. Yeah, okay.
Well, it's trippy. You're on like a 4-second.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Woohoo.
like as much as we'd like you to be right there, it's not gonna be as enjoyable. Alright, let's swap over so they can hear.
It was fun.
Yeah. Very nice. I'm glad that Chenna said that was Jesu, because I legit thought that we were doing canon, and I was not in the right spot for it. But
you got it. You got it.
That's the running gag is that I will somebody will request canon. I will launch into Jesu, sincerely thinking that that's what I'm playing, that I'm playing the other, and then will have to be rectified later in the program. But that was delightful. So that was a mix of Jesu, Joy of Man's Deliverance. Oh, do we have a stream cat?
Let's see what we can do
Is
here.
that what we've got? Look, there
Oh,
we go. We've got a
look.
cat for the algorithm.
It's Rosie.
Look at there.
It's Rosie. Say hi, Rosie.
Oh, hello, sweet thing.
Like,
yeah.
What
You gonna
is
play
this?
music too? Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put you down.
All right. We got clappums from Rick and live music and Patrick. Excellent. Thank you. So good to see you. Super duper. All right. Yeah, and a little bit of Lord of the Rings in there. Did you throw something else in there? What else were you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Nothing particular. Just kind of a riff on the whole theme. I was feeling mountains and lava and smoke and darkness and despair, and I was just throwing a little bit of that in because it is part of the story after all. Yes.
Yes, and that's
But there was some hope at the end.
we went on a whole journey.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Is that what you were working on with your yoga tunes?
Well, when I do yoga classes, it's usually a lot of improv with some pieces, but because a yoga teacher is going through a certain routine and there are certain exercises and certain things, I think it's important to be flexible to see what's happening and kind of go with the flow. And sometimes you want to maybe just do some drones, and sometimes maybe a little bit of music. Sometimes something like Across the Universe by the Beatles comes in nice and kind of adds to it. Or sometimes just following along with how the different asanas are going and just kind of give that a little bit of a cushion, an audio cushion, or a little background.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is such a cool setup. Well, all right. Let's see here. What other things do you have? What other sound kind of things do you have?
Well, I have one here that I haven't learned yet.
Okay.
It's sitting here. Anyway.
Oh, it's not even plugged in, is it?
Not even plugged
oh,
in.
the poor thing. It's got some fancy buttons on it, though.
I have some very good friends out in the other coast of Florida here, over at Cape Coral, Max and Dre Rousseau. And Max actually gave me this the last time I was there. It's a Avalanche Run by Earthquake Devices. Earthquake, I also have, my reverb is an Astral Destiny by Earthquake, which I really love. It's just nice if you just want a little reverb that's a little different than your standard reverb. It's a little more angelic or ethereal, but it has some really insanely cool and very
It's got some delightful
there.
stuff in
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
sounds.
no, I'm really enjoying that.
But this is more of a decay and echo and thing, and I haven't really figured it out yet. I need to just do it, sit down and go with the look it up, and so I haven't figured that out yet, but I will be. But it's just sitting there.
Oh, well, it looks nice. It adds some color.
It looks
to your,
nice, yes.
It adds some color to your setup there. Yeah, I've really only got the one my Specular Tempest. It's got the delay combo thing. I can show you kind of what I've been messing with that if you want to.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Here's some.
down. I always feel like music is a form of alchemy. If you've got something going on, whether you're happy or sad or angry, music can take all those things and put them in, and you become a conduit, and all of a sudden something else comes out. And this something else, that all these emotions or whatever becomes something else, and something different, something nice. And I think music has a wonderful way of doing that. And it can be very helpful for many people that play music to just get things out and change them into something else. But I just really love that. And once I started playing the harp, I started doing that, the same kind of improvisational thing. I really started enjoying that that free form playing. There's a book that I love. It's called Zen Guitar, and I can't remember the name of the author. I've had like several copies. I always end up giving them away, and then I'll get another one. But it's really about, not so much about technique, although you're expected to have your technique and learn the basics, but this Zen approach to guitar, which can be applied to any instrument, of course, is that getting out of the way and finding where the music wants to go and just going along for the ride and making something that you didn't expect to make sometimes. Like what just happened. It was quite lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's delightful. I didn't realize that you studied music in college, actually. Like, I thought that most people who come to the Ren Fair, came to it by no, we don't have any Spangle up in here, thank you. Not today. Came by it through, like architectural school or something.
Yeah. Nope. Actually, Abby and I both majored in music.
Oh. Wow.
Different schools,
Okay, yeah.
but different times. But yeah, that's kind of where I came from. I was always really interested in pursuing. I really loved Led Zeppelin, but I also loved bands like Rush. But even more, I was interested like with Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, where they were taking this classical music influence and putting it in, and I just loved all of that. And so I just wanted to learn as much about those other kinds of music. I mean, the roots of American rock and roll is the blues, right? And which is awesome music. But then those other, European roots that go back, the medieval, the Renaissance, the classical music, the Baroque music, also wonderful, and so nice to be able to keep that in the mix of what we do.
Very cool.
I'm generally a very quiet person until I have a microphone when we start talking music, and then all of a sudden.
I know. I'm hoping that Misty gets to see this, because she is under the impression that you say no less than maybe 10 words a year. This is gonna.
I know, so I'm not going to be able to speak all the rest of the weekend. Through the last weekend of the Florida Renaissance Festival, I'm going to have to be quiet because I've used up my allotted words.
That's right. You're going to have to go up to her and just say your final.
I have a little horn.
Right. Yeah. We can go borrow it from Greenleaf. Now, speaking of talking a lot, you do have a podcast, don't you?
I do. It's on hiatus. It's been on hiatus for a little while, but I probably am going to go back to it. I mean, people are still listening to it. I look every week and say, oh, yeah, people are still listening to it and discovering it. It's called Opening the Harp Chakra, which was the name of an album I did quite a few years ago, probably 10 or 11 years, where I just did ambient harp music with some synthesized sounds, and I just thought I wanted to do something that would be appropriate for yoga and for meditation. At the time, Abby's sister Lori had just been certified in yoga and was teaching classes, so I thought that was a nice tie-in. That was because she uses it for many of her classes. I played at some of her classes as well, but I just started really enjoying doing that, and I liked. It's just the name kind of fell out of the air on me. Opening the Harp Chakra. It was just kind of a nice play on words, and when I came time to do my podcast, I thought of several different things. One of them was sheer harp attack, and I was thinking about going a different route with all people that played like progressive and rock music on harp. And then I thought, no, I'm going to go with Opening the Harp Chakra, and I'm going to go that mellow, quiet route that path that I like to walk.
That's a very good place to sit, and so many people resonate with that kind of music, and they really enjoy things that can bring them out of whatever mind space they might be in, and really take it into a place that can be hopefully better. a better spot for them.
So, and I was very fortunate with that album. I was able to submit some tracks to a music library in California that places music, and I actually had some of the music from that CD placed on some television programs. I think the first one was a show, I don't think it's on anymore in regular production, but it's in repeats, is that, oh no, I forgot the name of it. It was a doctor show.
Okay.
Anyways, does anyone remember the name of it? I forget.
Yeah.
But
So
anyways,
you were as seen on TV.
There was
I
a
should've-
yoga scene. There was a yoga scene. Someone was doing downward facing dog, and the camera came right up behind them. And there's my music playing as the camera went through the yoga class. And it was really kind of fun. And since then, I've had quite a few pieces. Actually, Abby and I have had some as well combined, and some solo harp things on some different programs throughout the years, on different network shows and some Netflix and some Showtime productions, which has been pretty cool.
As seen on TV.
As seen on TV.
Jay
or
Michaels.
heard
that's
on
what,
TV. Yeah.
That's what. Excuse me. Heard on TV.
Yeah.
That's what the title of this should have been. I couldn't come up with anything creative, so it's Hearth. It's not. I don't think it was House. Parenthood.
Parenthood. Yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. It slipped my
Super.
mind.
There you
Parenthood.
go.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. And Olivia reports that she has in fact listened to the episodes of your podcast and really enjoys those.
Oh, thank you very
yes.
much.
Got a listener in your audience here. All right, let's see. What else can we wander through? So we just did kind of a more morose sort of thing there. Do you wanna poke at the butterfly, or do you want to stick to more ambient? I'm good for.
We could try that. What key do you like to do it in?
E minor.
E minor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tone down the rhetoric down here.
Okay. Tone down the rhetoric. Let me also calm down the. Tried to turn up my pedals to meet you.
Well, let's have a little bit.
Jay's podcast is Opening the Heart Chakra, and it is available on Spotify.
It's everywhere.
And
a lot of
everywhere,
the Buzzsprout is the site I host it from. You can see it on Buzzsprout, but if you go to any of the major Netflix, Spotify, all of them, they all carry it. People that started everything. She started as a street performer. She built her own record label. She built everything from the ground up. So the idea of a kind of a homegrown podcast kind of appealed to her sensibilities, and it was a nice chat and a really lovely way to spend an afternoon. Yes.
That sounds absolutely delightful. My goodness. Yeah, my dream is to someday meet Kate Price. Like, I feel like she was the kind of another person out there with Lorena McKenna, kind of in the same genre around the same time, it seemed like, in the 90s. And so to get to talk to her would be kind of a dream of mine. But to get to talk to Lorena McKenna, that's big britches. It's big britches. Crown jewel. Here we go.
Right, so I'll follow you a little bit and
Okay.
see what happens.
Sounds good. was the butterfly
The
with
butterfly.
improvisations.
The butterfly, yes. The butterfly in a dolly painting.
In a dolly painting.
Yes,
Yes.
perhaps.
Yes. Yeah. Next up, the butterfly in a Von Bosch painting. Whoa. Is that me or you? That must be me. Oh. There we go. Excellent. So we've got some buddies watching over here. We've got Claphams from Wick. We've got Claphams from Lynn. Abby's enjoying herself. China really likes it. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you for stopping by. Sarah Jinskowski, our buddy Sarah, Polish name. You met her at Ohio, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah. No, she's the very, very, very excited blonde. She's
Yes.
The, yes.
Of course.
Yeah, no, she is like, she calls herself an apex extrovert.
An apex extrovert.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. It is an absolute delight, like a party in a box kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, would you potentially identify as an apex introvert? Like the most quiet? I don't know.
Yeah.
Potentially. Got Erica's here as well, and Sean's here.
Is it Erica Lieberman we see over there?
Lieberman, that's right.
Yeah, Erica, my dear friend. I mentioned her earlier.
Oh, is that the harp buddy?
Yes.
Oh, super. Excellent. Very well.
Who is just having her new album, just sent off to be mastered.
Very cool.
Actually played on a track. I played some viola da gamba. Abby played some recorder.
Oh, excellent.
And looking forward to hearing that. Should be out in time for the Robin Hood Springtime Festival coming up in a few months, which we'll be performing at up in New England.
Yeah, we probably should go through your tour schedule for the rest of the year. Do you have that in hand?
I think I can remember most of it. I do have it in hand somewhere. No, I don't, but that's okay. Yeah, well, we're finishing up the Florida Renaissance Festival, of course, and then actually I do have it on hand. I'll just need to go over here and pull it up.
So for those of you just joining in, my name is the Lady Victoria. These are my hammers. This is a hammer dulcimer. This is a lovely J. Michaels of Harper and the Minstrel. This is his electric harp, which we are getting the absolute joy and delight of getting to hear live, brought to you with the full effect of pedals. Olivia says that Erica is on the first CD she ever bought from a Ren Fair. How cool! How cool! I'm assuming Erica's in the northeast then.
Yeah, she's up in New York, upstate New York.
Very good, very good. Super duper. Let's see here. What else have we
There
got?
we go.
We've got two. Ooh, you can find the Harper and the Minstrel's tour schedule upon
Yes,
their
the harperandthminstrel.com where I'm going right now.
which
Here
Jane's
it
currently
is. Here it is.
referencing directly.
Yes, the Harper. I'm looking right at it. I was just updating it. I had a very important meeting before this with the Cultural Council. Just before the meeting, I was updating some of my dates and stuff. I also have jmichaelsharp.com is my own website, which is more of what I do aside from the Harper and the Minstrel. But the Harper and the Minstrel project has been going on for 17, 18 years now, playing a variety of musical styles. We started a little bit more heavy on the Celtic and then just started really going down the road of early music and really loving that. And yet we still do other gigs. We'll play at nursing homes and play some Elvis and some other things too. It's just a wide variety of musical styles. We'd like to rearrange our music just to fit. Oh yeah, the New England Folk Festival up in Massachusetts, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at the Best Western Royal Plaza. We'll be doing 3 different programs there over the course of the weekend. We're doing period music on period instruments with just all period instruments. We're also doing a history of harp music through the ages from O'Carolan up to Lorena McKennitt, featuring several different harps, including, of course, the electric harp. And also something I took over hosting a few years ago back at that particular festival is Harpapalooza. It's a Sunday afternoon thing where we just sit around in a circle. People bring in their harps and we share some tunes. We all play something. We play some things together. It's kind of a fun thing. That's all at the New England Folk Festival. Of course, the Robin Hood Springtime Fair. We'll be there in some weekends in May and June. We're doing one weekend at the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Festival down at the other end of Connecticut. Of course, the Ohio Renaissance Festival in September and October, where you will be out there working as well.
I will be there,
And,
yeah.
some other things. I know I'm doing something in the Woods Hole, traditional stroll down the Woods Hole, doing a little early music thing with some harp and viola da gamba. That's coming up in, I believe, in May. Yeah, that's some of the bigger things that I'm doing over the year, and that Abby's doing with me over the year. So.
That sounds excellent. Quite the thing. I definitely believe that I saw you at the Hogtown Renaissance Festival.
Oh yeah, the Hogtown. We were there. We've done that for quite a few years.
I know, because I think I probably saw you when I was quite a few years ago.
You were just starting out, I believe, when you were there. We met you. You came out with your little hammered dulcimer and your little outfit that you were wearing, and the beginning of the evolution of the Lady Victoria. Yeah, I've seen it from the very beginning, I think. And
you have.
And it's honestly, if I can say in this public forum, it's been a joy watching you become a blooming butterfly. Can I say that? Or blooming flower of creative and performance perfection. Yes.
Oh, that is very kind. Thank you so much.
You're very
your music is constantly an inspiration.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Your y'all's attention to detail in and preparedness, like how prepared you are is like the biggest inspiration to me. Because like no matter what the situation, no matter what's going on, you guys are ready, or you have what you need to be able to be ready for the next thing, like in life. And I found that to be very, very inspirational.
Well, thank you
and
very much.
I attempt to do so as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
Very good. Excellent. Let's see what else we got. You want a vibe? Pick a key.
Pick a key.
Like a sensible
Well,
key.
like a sensible key.
Yeah.
Like we've been playing in G and E minor for a while. Should
We
go
really
to,
have.
Should we go to C?
Probably go to C. Oops.
Add some sub shimmer.
They called that the space launch.
Yes.
So when we were messing with my pedal, and initially we would call the craziest noises the space noises. I'm glad to hear some of yours. Let's see here. What else is on there?
Yeah, that was a piece wrote by a chap named Capsberger. I believe it was in the late 1500s. It's called Canario. It's basically a ground. There's a bit of melody, and but a lot of people do it with a lot of improvisation, which is kind of fun. We do that in the, I don't know if we mentioned it before, but every morning at the Florida Renaissance Festival, as the gate opens, we get together about a dozen or so musicians, and we play early music. It's called the Morning Consort. We've done that for quite a few years now, and it's a nice way to start the day, and that's one of the pieces that we do. It kind of warms our brains up, makes us think and listen to one another and find where the notes should go, and sometimes where they should not go.
Oh, indeed. But that's half the fun of it.
That is half the fun of it.
Yeah. Yes, it's really lovely, and I've live streamed a couple of those.
Yes, you have, and I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. The live streams on Facebook seem to be of much better quality than the ones that I put up on YouTube. So, if you're interested in listening to those, poke around on the Lady Victoria Facebook page, and I have them there. I'll be uploading those to YouTube, the better quality ones. So hopefully they'll be up in a bit, because it's just such delightful music to get to share these tunes with such a large body of people, because you can't pay a trio, much less a 12-piece band, which is really what would be a delightful way to share this kind of music, and so just to get to hang out and jam together.
I know Chris and Mary Beth, two of our friends that are with us tonight, that they came Sunday. They said afterwards that they said all the Renaissance fairs they've been to, they've never seen anything quite like the Morning Consort. They've seen some groups doing early music, but to have that many people get together and perform authentic medieval and Renaissance music, it's really something, and it's
We're
good.
Keeping it alive.
Keeping it alive. And I've been a member of Early Music America for quite a few years. It's an organization that helps promote early music studies and practice and performance throughout the country. And every year rather, they sponsor Early Music Month in March, which is a thing where sometimes they offer grants to go out and do things, or they just promote everyone that's promoting early music. And so it's nice that we can tie that in with the festival and do that every March as well, really lean on that early music a little bit and get that word out there that here's something. Try it, you might not like it, but if you do like it, there's more of it. You can find more. You can have
Much
seconds.
more of it.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed. All right, we are currently at about 8:45 or so. How are you feeling? What else? What you got going on?
Well, I think we could wind down with something, if you'd like.
I think so. I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
I think everything's looking okay. Yeah, I'm so Gervin's here to get to learn and do the music and everything. Got a bunch of folks in watching. Alrighty, yeah, what key? So we just did C. We can scoot out, we could do just A minor or something.
Want to do something in A minor? A little, maybe some little thing on Nonesuch, maybe? Or Goddesses, or...
Oh, Goddesses, yeah. Yeah.
You walk that down from the A to the G to the F to the E minor? Do you do it that way, or do you just do the A minor and the G?
I actually have a bottom part for that.
yes, we went there. Yes, for those astute listeners, and
And everyone in between. Yeah.
yes, and everyone in between. Thank you, Victoria. What a pleasure this has been to just do something really different than what we've been doing for the past 8 weeks, and
Absolutely
yeah,
different. In fact, yeah.
yeah.
Just getting, and like it's so cool. Like these pedals really are a whole nother instrument in and of themselves. Learning how to deal with them is a journey that my followers have been watching. My Snack Guild has been watching for quite a few months now, and I'm so glad to have gotten to share the like play the instrument like we like the things, right? We're doing the same thing.
The things,
and it's
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's just so cool because it is absolutely quite the journey. Like it's a whole different brain process.
Indeed.
And yeah, the textures that you've got available, it's really cool. That's really cool. Super. Excellent. All right, so my name is Lady Victoria. These are my hammers. This is a hammer dulcimer. This is the lovely Jay Michaels of the Harper and the Minstrel. Aha. And we are both performing at the Florida Renaissance Festival for one last weekend at the
final
final
weekend.
stage. Final weekend. So if you'd like to come and catch us live, we will be doing not this.
No,
there.
not this, but although sometimes things we do the morning consort, and then there's the Commedia Madrigals, and then there's the Harper and the Minstrel, then
Yeah.
there's Blue Muse, you guys, and then we just keep repeating that cycle, and at the end we kind of all get together and start playing some things, some
right.
Renaissance music. Occasionally we go
One
down
or
through
two.
the time tunnel.
Yeah, and do some bardcore. That's what we've been
Bardcore,
we've
that's
been
right. That's
messing
what
around
your
with.
kids are saying,
Is
yes.
some bardcore, yeah. So stay tuned to their channel for some more of that. Yep, I think we're pretty good. Do you have any sign offs you need to do or anything you need to say?
I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you being there and helping. You know, it's just nice to have people to play for. It's always nice to make friends through these journeys. And thank you for being here with us. Thank you. I want to thank Abby Michaels, my lovely wife, for just being on this journey with me the whole time too. It's been wonderful playing music all over the place.
Now, so next time I'm gonna have a microphone hooked up to my board, and we'll be able to get some flute stuff.
Oh, some flute
We'll
stuff.
be able to do so. Mach 2 Ohio Electric Boogaloo.
Ohio. We'll do this again in the fall then.
That's right. We will in fact do this again in the fall, and I bet you that we could probably. I can have that figured out by then. All right, so we are going to do bye-byes now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, Sean. Bye, Etta. So glad to see you. Thank you, Tanger. Thank you, DeWitts, for letting us do this in your house.
Oh yes.
Oh, my
thank you.
goodness.
Oh yeah. There she is.
Thank you so much, friends. All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. Here's your outro.